Hi, Hector Quiroga here with the Quiroga Law Office. Today I'd like to talk to you about student loans and bankruptcy. I get the question often, are student loans dischargeable in bankruptcy? What can we do here in Spokane County or Eastern District of Washington through our bankruptcy course to address the problems with student loans? And is bankruptcy really an option? Well, bankruptcy is in fact an option. Student loans are dischargeable. Many lawyers, many other people, many information online will tell you that student loans are non-dischargeable. And that's really a summary. Student loans are dischargeable. They're just very hard to discharge. The law allows for a presumption that a student loan is non-dischargeable. So when we file your schedules and we list a student loan on your petition and schedules, that loan is presumed to be non-dischargeable unless you make a special filing, a special inquiry as to whether or not the court would like to discharge that loan. So you can do it. So how do you make that special request? Well, there is a process. It's called an adversary proceeding. An adversary proceeding very much acts like litigation, a different case within the bankruptcy. So when you file for bankruptcy, I like to think it of you're filing schedules, you're filing Schedule A to J, so A, B, C, D, and the whole way down. You're filing a petition, a creditor matrix, financial statement, financial. You have to file a wage directive, or I'm sorry, you have to file a pay stubs, what is called a payment advice, and you have to file a statement of financial affairs, among other things. So even if you file all of that, that really acts kind of like filing taxes. You just file a bunch of forms, and that's about a petition. You just get the forms to go, and the court will tell you whether or not it's dischargeable or not. The challenge comes in the form of an adversary proceeding. So you have the underlying case underneath, kind of like filing taxes, just forms, and then you have a case on top of it, which is the adversary. And it is the adversary that challenges the student loans. What is it? You have to serve the other side, like any lawsuit, and then this is going to open it to discovery, depositions, requests for productions, interrogatories, requests for admissions, etc. Okay, so it's very expensive because you're going into open battle, basically open litigation to discharge these things. So number one, the cost is almost cost prohibitive. So we don't see a lot of debtors challenging these things because it's going to cost 15, 20,000 plus just to get to a dischargeable debt. So it would be worth it for somebody with excessive student loan debt, 150 plus. Now, less than that, maybe also, but part of the issue is the next step, which is you have to show undue hardship. Now, there's a lot of talk about what undue hardship is, what it means. It is not what it really sounds like it is. Most people think, oh, well, I can't pay this. My minimum payments are more than what I bring a month. So obviously there is an undue hardship. Unfortunately, the court has said that's not really it. Undue hardship is extreme hardship. I mean, something that, you're so ill and physically so ill that you can't get a job. You can't possibly work. Even if you had a job, you can't possibly work. And the case law seems to support that. So now, there's been new changes on the law. It appears that we're moving away from this, that maybe we're going to lower the standard a little bit because, in essence, anybody can earn money. You can always win the lottery. Is that really a standard? If anybody can do it, then let's just say we can't discharge the student loans anyway. So that's one of the biggest hurdle is that we're trying to get to show that your situation is such that you just can't possibly get a job. It's not just financial, but there is something else that will impede you to be able to have gainful employment. The second thing is you have to show good faith. You can't graduate in 2 months, file bankruptcy, and try to discharge your student loans. You have to show good faith. You have to show that you tried to find a job, that you have tried to get employment, that you have sent payments, that you use all your deferments, all your forbearances, that you've tried to fix the problem. You just can't. Okay, now this is a good faith requirement and is used against debtors all the time. particularly under the federal loans. There are other solutions under the William D4 plan or repayment plan. Now there is a few ways. There's the income rate-sensitive plan. You have to apply for this and be turned down. You can't just file bankruptcy and say, I can't pay you, because one of the defenses of the government is, well, we have this great program here, and this great program here is going to help you pay your student loans, and you haven't even applied for it. So since you haven't applied for it, it doesn't work. Well, that's just it. So to answer the question, are bankruptcy is it an option for student loans? It can be. It's pretty expensive. You can file it an adversary. There's two more things that you can do through a bankruptcy to help you with student loans. One is you can do a Chapter 13. It's a restructuring of your debt, and you can force the payments into the Chapter 13 plan, and it's going to allow you to pay what disposable income you have versus what they actually are asking you, and sometimes it's a lot less. So a plan can do it. Problem is it takes 3 to 5 years. At the end of 5 years, you still owe the loan, so you may have to do another 13 or whatever to be able to see where you are. Now, obviously, that's going to put you in a long-term bankruptcy state. But sometimes with so many people graduating with massive amounts of debts, that's kind of what we're seeing in the country. Okay. The last option that I mentioned is instead of Chapter 13, it's a Chapter 11. Debtors can actually file Chapter 11. This is not just for businesses. Chapter 11 plan is pretty expensive. Okay, and it does require quite a bit of work. But it's long term. You can have a plan that is 10-year plan. So it's going to help you force those companies into negotiating with you and maybe coming to an agreement. So those are the three options through bankruptcy. Can it give you some reprieve from the student loans? Yes. Are they dischargeable? Yes, but very difficult. Hector Quiroga with the Quiroga Law Office. If you have any questions about bankruptcy or student loans or anything related to bankruptcy here in the Eastern District of Washington, particularly in Spokane, give me a call, 509-927-3840. Till the next time. Thank you.